From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie watchman. America was heading off the cliff, spiritually, financially, internationally, domestically, militarily, morality, in every possible conceivable way. And then came the Trumpster, and a collective burst of libertarian nationalistic outcry that not only embarrassed the global elite's plan, but sent a collective shudder through the permanent political class. Was this it? The end of the gravy train? The rampant corruption? The only spoken of in low hushed tones pedophilial rings? The global military destruction of perceived enemies? Was Trump going to bring it all down? As in the words of the American singing comedian Al Jolsen, "You ain't seen nothing yet." It seemed as if God had judged America for its rampant hostility against the Almighty, its burgeoning abortion industry, its pornography production, its acceptance of gay marriage, its military escapades. Judgment seemed just around the corner. But in the midst of this, the Trump card exploded on the scene with a candidness and political incorrectness that dazzled all and sundry. Suddenly there seemed to be a light at the end of the tunnel. The coming financial collapse seemed to dissipate. The continued moral degradation of the nation was reversed. Religious freedoms were once again celebrated. Wanton destruction of unborn life curtailed. Suddenly a breath of fresh air began wafting down into the dusty recesses of the American forgotten dream. Suddenly everything was possible again. It seemed that the guilty would not remain unpunished. Not to say that God's hand of judgment had been stayed altogether. The prophesied flooding of Houston still occurred. But at least there was no longer an incompetent commander-in-chief at the helm in the midst of these inevitable judgments. What about the earthquakes that have been widely prophesied? It now seems that they are on hold, as the grace of God has been extended. The grace of Trump is not only to be celebrated, but actively prayed for. It seems America has been given 8 years of the Trump grace. What will America do with it? Will it not only revel in the inevitable financial windfall, but will it come once again on the knees wholeheartedly to the throne of grace to ask for forgiveness, to change hearts and minds, to place God once again as head of the home and of the nation? 8 years God has given the US. 8 years to change. 8 years of Trump's grace. The nation does not change at a heart and mind level, then dark times will likely strike again with an ugliness and suddenness that will surprise and delight even the most ardent globalist. The grace of Trump is the last card given to America. Hopefully, it is a Trump card that will once again win the nation for Christ. While Trump himself is no saint, he seems to value and will fight for many Christian principles, and that is better than the last 30 years. Is he America's last chance? Time will tell.